Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today we're actually going to be going through my makeup inventory for the year for 2021. So basically I started doing this last year with all of my makeup. I counted everything including old, new, still in the package, even stuff that I got from Ipsy, Box Jump, things like that. So literally my full collection of makeup that I have. So I took inventory in the beginning of last year for 2021, and then I did the midway point. I was going to do it at the end to see where I was at, if I did any good or any better. But truthfully, because everything going on and updates I do and yearly things and all that, I basically had to wait to the beginning of this year to start doing that. So yeah, I have details of everything. So basically I'm going to tell you the start of last year, while I was in the middle and then beginning of this year. So yeah, I count everything down and all of that. So basically, I just take a little notebook like this that I have, and I write down makeup inventory and everything, what year, and all of that. And so this is everything, my makeup collection. That's what I said. Everything that includes Ipsy stuff, Box Jump stuff, Fab and Fun stuff, stuff that I buy, stuff that I haven't opened, stuff that I haven't used yet. I mean, every single, if it's makeup and I have it, then I include it. Even sample size, even trial size, things like that. So yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I started at the beginning of last year, the middle of it, and then I'm going to do the same thing for this year. So I did in the middle last year. I'll do the same thing for this year, and then I'll make sure by the end of this year I will do a filing tally. I see how far I came. Did I do more? Did I get less? And all that. And a lot of this stuff, it may be a little bit more because I do get Ipsy Box Charm, which kind of does add in my collection. But I'm trying to use as much as I can to keep my collection down, and I haven't really bought anything this year. I only bought one big thing, and that's just for beginning of the year when they had their spring sale and all that. And I maybe bought a few things, a few things here there later on in the week, later on the year, last year, but really haven't really bought any makeup. So most of this is because I do get it through Ipsy, Box Charm, and all that. So, for primer started last year, I had 24. For midway of last year, I had 26. Now I have 47. And again, this is all from Ipsy Box Charm and a little bit of me buying. So I want to kind of get down to a low note when it comes to primers, because frankly, a lot of primers I have is because I have only skin, so most of it is matte primers. A lot of it hydration primers, but I can use moisturizers, things like that. So my goal by the mid of this year is to actually cut this in half and actually keep the primers that I really do enjoy, that really does work with my skin, that I know I could go back to over and over again. Okay, for foundation, which I kind of did this out of order when it came to that. So, yeah. Okay, foundation, the middle of beginning of January last year, I had 16. Middle of last year in June, I had 22. And then this year, I had 21. So I kind of stuck to what I had in the middle of last year. Only went down one primer. So I think my foundation is actually in a good space. And literally, I don't have a lot. I mean, again, when it comes to foundations, if I know it won't work with my skin, I do declutter it and I do get it out of my collection and I don't keep it. Because what's the point of keeping foundation? You know for a fact it ain't gonna work on the skin that you have, no matter what primer you use, no matter what powder you use, no matter what method you use, anything like that. So I'm good with my foundations. I'm happy with ones I have, and I'm kind of working on those before I decide to get any more foundations. There's one more I want to get, want to try, but I think for right now, I think I'm going to stick with, you know, and all that. Okay, next is I could buy my BB and CC serums, foundations, and all that together. So, beginning of January, I had 4. Middle of it, I went down in half, so I had 2. And now this year, I only got 1. So, I think mainly because I only wear BB and CC type foundations because the lightweight, the coverage is like, I mean, something got really good coverage and really lightweight. And when my skin is really oily and stuff, I prefer a lightweight type, matte type foundation. Something that, you know, doesn't make me look oily and greasy, anything like that. So I think the reason why I kind of cut down way on that. Next, for concealers, I had 15 January, went up to 16 on June, so only went up 1, and then now I have 18. So yeah, most of them are actually halfway done. A lot of them been used up. A lot of them have been got the use out of it. A lot of them I really do enjoy and like and everything. And again, I don't think it's that bad to have that many concealers. And I think that area that I would love to cut down a little bit more, but it's okay not have that many because I know the ones I love I can't, and I really do enjoy. Okay, next setting powders. This definitely went up a lot during last year and beginning of this year. I had 25 in June, 37 January, and 38 beginning of this year. Now, I definitely have to cut down powders. I mean, frankly, I only have one face, and the only powders, again, that work for me is mattifying powders. You know, I need to cut down and use the ones that are not mattifying, that doesn't work with my skin, and just cut that literally down in half. So I'm hoping by the mid of June this year that I would literally have this cut in half. Okay, next, setting spray, which again, have it somewhere. Got it. Okay, so setting spray, January last year, 20, had 25, and now I got 27. So a lot of my setting sprays are either my Milani, my e.l.f. one, or some that I got in Ipsy box shop. So I think I'm pretty good with setting sprays. I use a couple of them for during winter when my skin is dry, everything for hydration. But yeah, I think I'm pretty fine with setting sprays. I think they're okay in that category. Next, brow products. So this is like brow gel, brow liners, clear gels, gel tints, you know, anything that has to do with the brow. I could buy it all together. So, beginning of last year, I had 19, and then actually went down the middle of last year. So, I had 11, and this time I had 20. So, it did go up a lot, but again, I don't think it's a bad thing, and I'm actually going through brows a lot this year and last year, so I've been cutting them down. I've been using them, so they are being used and everything. Okay, next, eyeliners and eye gel. So like liquid liners, pot liners, gel liners, anything to do with the liners. I had 13. I actually went way down in the middle of last year to 5, and now I have 16. Again, it kind of back and forth with that. Which, the thing about that is that I really should get it down lower because I don't do liquid liners, any type of liners really. Right now I have one liner in my yearly project pan this year that I need to get done, and then I'm going to work on other liners because I don't know, I just prefer not to have liners. I just prefer that, you know, I'm just not a liner girl anymore like I used to be. So yeah, so I need to get that back down to where I didn't have that many. Okay, next mascara, which that definitely went up because I did buy some, and again I got some from Ipsy and Mascara. I had 16 in January, 17 in June, and then this year, started this year, I now have 27. So again, with mascaras, I am using a lot of them. I have like 3 or 4 of them in a my everyday makeup thing that I filmed earlier. So I do go through mascaras a lot. I don't keep a lot open, but if I'm testing some out, then yeah, I will have more mascaras. But I'm going through those quickly, fast, and everything, and I'm sure it will go down and all that. But yeah, my goal is to have it down. Okay, eye primers are very simple. I had 3 last year, 3 in the middle, and I have 3 again. So I literally, the only 3 I have right now, which is still going, is Milani eye primer, the NYX glitter glue, and then my ABH primer that I got this year from BoxyCharm Ipsy. So yeah, I don't really buy a lot of primers. I usually stick to ones I have. So if I know Milani one works great, then I'll buy that. If I know that the NYX glitter glue will work great, then I'll buy that. And I pretty much stick with the 2 primers at a time because frankly, again, I don't try any out. I don't really test any out, and I don't really use any because I know a lot of times I use different ones. They tend to not work for me, and those have always been my holy grail ones, so I just keep it at that. Okay, so blushes. I did put blushes and highlighter and bronzer in 2 categories. You have the liquid cream in one category, and then you have just the powder in the other category. So we'll go through all the liquids for bronzer, blush, highlights, and creams and all that. I shouldn't have that many when it comes to that because I don't wear a lot of liquids when it comes to blush, highlight, or even bronzers. I like secret powders because number one, they're easy to use, and they work really well in my skin. And you know, some of them are just really difficult to blend out, and I just don't have the time to do liquid and then powder and all that. So yeah, I try to keep it down. So for blush, for liquid cream, I had 5 last year, and then in June I had 6, and beginning of this year I have 15. So yeah, I definitely grown my liquid blush collection a lot. And again, it's because they have such pretty colors, and that's the reason why I kind of buy them. It's because of that pretty color, that natural color, that not out of bound or out of space type color. And I've been getting into really new brands this last year, which I talked about in one of my videos last year, and I've been really enjoying using those liquid products. So yeah. Okay, for bronzer, I had just 4. Then I ended up having 1 in the middle of last year, and now I have 7. So my bronzer collection, liquid collection, not as bad. I think I'm more into blush than I am to bronzers. I think I'm more, you know, because, well, blushes are so pretty, and a lot of bronzers I have always have the same tone. So I don't need a lot of the same tone in liquid or powder. So I kind of stick with what I have. And I mean, only got 1 new bronzer last year, a few bronzers last year. When it came to liquid cream, I had the Patrital one that was cream and all that. So yeah, but I'll be right back. My battery is about ready to go dead. So let me go ahead and change my battery really quick, and then we'll get back to the inventory, and I'll finish with the rest of the stuff and all that. So I started off with the liquid creams and blushes, all that. So yeah. So yeah, that's the only reason why I have so many liquid blushes and all that, is because they're just really beautiful. But now I know that I probably won't buy any more liquid of any kind, really, except for foundation, primer, things like that, because I'm gonna be sticking with my powders. But throughout this year, I'm gonna try to use up my cream highlighter, bronzers, and blushes, because frankly, I just, you know, they're pretty and they're beautiful and everything. I'm just not a cream type person. I used to think I was. I used to think, oh, they're beautiful and they're easy, and it's just too much hassle. So yeah, I just want to get rid of, really, by the end of this year, all of my cream products. Just be done with and over with, and the only ones I want to have is, again, primer and foundation. That's it. You know, so yeah. So for bronzer, for liquid cream, I had 4, went down to 1, as I said. Now I have 7. So I had 7. That was why I want to cut down. So next for highlight, I had 4, then I had 9, and now I have 19. I mean, no, 33. So that's the one thing I'm kind of having trouble with, because I love blush and I love bronzer. And the cream bronzers are really beautiful and they're really stunning and they look great on my skin, and it was like, ooh. But I'm going to use all my cream products this year. I'm going to use more of it because they tend to go by bad faster, and some of them I had for a while, and I know they're going to be going by bad faster. So I really need to get more use out of them. So by the year, I technically do. If I want to pick any cream products, and if I decide to keep eating cream blushes, highlights more likely, probably like 1 or 2 at the most. Because a lot of them I have the same colors. A lot of them I have the same tones and all that. And I don't need to have multiple of that, like I have it in the powder color and everything, and the powder formulations that I really do like and enjoy. So yeah, my goal to at least get down to maybe 1 or 2 blushes and highlights this year, and hopefully by the middle of this year, when I do my mid-check update on my inventory, hopefully by then I'll at least be close to have 1 or 2 and all that. I know 1 I probably will be discontinuing after this project pan that I have for the year, project pan, because the color and everything, it just doesn't work for my skin. It doesn't show up so well, so I might end up having less, at least 1 less by the mid update. So yeah. Okay, next eyeshadow. So I had 43 in January, 54 in June, and then start of this year I have 58. So I technically did not gain that many palettes. Again, most of this is from Boxy and Ipsy and everything. This is why I gained the palette. I did buy at least 1 palette last year, and that was when Huda Beauty came out with the Rose Quartz. And I haven't bought eyeshadow before that for at least a while, and so it's like I had plenty of eyeshadow, I had plenty of those colors, so it's like part of me is like, do I really need, because I do look at new stuff, and I do see new stuff on like Instagram and YouTube and people doing first impressions and hauls and everything, and I see these palettes and I'm like, do I really need them? Do I really want them? I mean, I look at my collection and I think about my collection when it comes to eyeshadow. I'm like, I have these colors, somewhat similar tones, and I'm like, I don't need it. But the Huda Beauty one, Rose Quartz, beautiful, and I'm really happy I got that, and I am playing with it and using it a lot. But the looks I came out with, the shades, I've always liked Huda Beauty products anyways. Her eyeshadows are beautiful, and she does a great job on a lot of them, and yeah, I had to get that one. But yeah, I probably won't be buying any more eyeshadows for a while, and all the eyeshadows I'll probably getting from now on will be through Ipsy Box Charm. So yeah, okay. Next we have lip liners, which I'm not a big lip liner fan, and that's another thing. I'm like, why am I buying lip liners? And even when I get lip liners in my subscription boxes, half the time I don't use them. Half the time I just wear the lip product. I don't really wear lip liners. So I don't know why I went up on this, because I had 9 in January, 18 in June, and then the beginning of this year I got 17, and it's like, okay, you really ain't gonna be wearing half of that, and you really probably ain't gonna wear hardly any of it. So yeah, my goal is to use up my lip liners and probably maybe have like 1 or 2 shades, like maybe a good red and a pink and a brown, a neutral color. But other than that, I really don't need them, and I really don't wear them. Never was my thing wearing lip liner. Even when I started wearing makeup, I never wore the lip liner, so I'm like, I don't know how the heck this keep going up and up. And I know it's not because I buy it, and I haven't bought a lip liner in a really long time, so yeah. Okay, now we have the liquid lipsticks. This is where I kind of go overboard. This is another thing I love, is lip products, especially lip oils and lip tints and lip all that. This is where I kind of went overboard, and this is why I kind of, by the middle of this year or the end of this year, I literally want to cut my lip products literally in half. Okay, so liquid lipsticks, which I am actually wanting to get one of my liquid lipsticks. Again, I'm not a big fan of it. They are matte, they are dry, they don't work on me, and I just feel uncomfortable. They feel uncomfortable. Now, the satin one or a glossy one or a cream one, fine. But a straight matte dry one, no. So I really do want to get rid of pretty much all of my liquid lipsticks, and I'm going to be working on that this year. So I had 23, and then I went down to 19 in June, and then this year I actually got 19 again. So I've been kind of steady, because I really have not bought hardly any liquid lipsticks. So I'm doing good on that, and I want to literally keep that. I actually really want to put that in half, like cut that in half to a point where the ones I have now are cream, glossy ones, satin ones, and just get rid of the really matte, dry ones. So yeah. Next is liquid lipsticks and tints. So I decided to compare the lipsticks and tints together, so they're almost the same concept in a way, because the lip tints, they actually do have color like the lipsticks. So I figure I'll combine the two and everything, because they kind of have the same texture, the same feel, the same look, and all that. Okay, this is where I definitely need to majorly cut this down. So I had 45 in June, 59 in, 45 in January last year, 59 in June last year, and then this year, I am 65. I had doubled my, that's why I said, blush, highlight, and lips are my thing. Literally my thing. And when it comes to lipsticks, anything like that, and frankly, I'm not a big fan of lipsticks either. Like, I would have had the lip tint or the lip gloss or anything like that, because even the lipsticks, if they say matte, they are really drying too. It does, half the time, the ones I have don't feel like I have it on, but I can feel it when it wears off, and I can feel it getting dry, and I can feel it being cracked, and I can feel it being uncomfortable the longer I have and the more it comes off. So I kind of definitely want to cut this down in half, at least for the half of the lipstick part of it. Just, well, pretty much both of it. So I just want to cut both of it down to a point where I have hardly any lipsticks and really any lip tints. I kind of just use the ones that I really do enjoy. Okay, so same thing with the lip gloss and lip oil. So I combine those two together. Again, same concept. They have the same type of feel, the same look and everything. And so yeah, so this is where kind of went up and down in a way. No, this went way up. I collected and received a lot more. A lot more. But again, lip gloss and lip oils literally are my #1 lip products I love and enjoy. Because lip glosses, you just put them on and they look beautiful. Some has tint, some doesn't got tint, some has shine, some don't shine. But they feel really good, especially when your lips are really dry, chapped and everything, and you don't want to put a liquid lipstick on to make it worse. You don't even want to do a lip tint or even a lipstick. You just want to put a lip gloss. But I am working on trying to cut my lip glosses down majorly this year, so even though I do enjoy them, and even though I love wearing them a whole bunch, I still have too many. Lips products always been my bad category and always been my bad. Pretty much has been the worst of the worst through with everything. So I have more lip products than I have a lot of other things. Okay, so get ready for this. Lip gloss oil, I had 62 in January, went up to 78 in June, and this year I have a whopping 84. I want to laugh, cry, and all that. Because I'm like, wow. I mean, I only got one lip. And I'm like, I don't care how much I enjoy them, how much I truly do like them. I don't need all of that. I did do some decluttering. I did do my decluttering lip products last year when I started to declutter, and throughout the year last year I did do some decluttering. So I was hoping by that decluttering, you know, it'll go down. But when it came to lip gloss decluttering part of it, because I did like 2 or 3 categories or 2 or 3 videos, yeah, it didn't work so well. And when I counted, I'm like, okay, Christine, you need to bring this down a lot. So yeah, there's been really good lip glosses coming out that I've tried and I discovered last year. So it's like, okay. So my goal is definitely to cut that down majorly in half. Less than half. Like this, with it being like $84, I mean 84, I literally have almost 100% of lip. So I definitely need to cut that down way down. So I have some goals this year when it comes to my makeup collection and gain some stuff, just cut down out of it, and because half of it I don't use, I don't do it. I don't do liquid liners. I don't do hardly any lip liners. I don't, you know, I don't really like hardly doing cream products. So it's like, yeah, so that is my goal, to cut a lot of this stuff down majorly. Okay, so now we have single shadows. Again, I don't wear a lot of single shadows, but they're so pretty and they're so beautiful and they're easy and they're quick and they're one look shadow, and it's like, oh lordy. So again, definitely gotta cut this down. So beginning of January of last year, I had 14. Went up to 25 in June, and this year I have 34. Yeah, again, gotta cut down. Again, I don't wear them that often. I go straight to palettes. I just don't. So, yeah. Another thing I have to cut down. Next is lip gloss. Liquid eyeshadow. I had 11 in January, 13 in June, and this year now I have 14. So I kept the amount, which is good. Again, I'm not a big single. Again, I don't wear a lot of liquid eyeshadows either. Single liquid eyeshadows. I don't. Again, I don't wear single eyeshadows. I'm buying this stuff knowing the fact that I don't wear it, knowing the fact that I'm not really a big fan of it, and I don't really use it. That's just me and my personal makeup preference. Now, you guys love liquid eyeshadow. You guys love liners, lip liners, the whole 9 yards of doing all this stuff. I'm happy for you. But my preference for makeup has changed a lot throughout the years, and I learned testing on stuff out and using this stuff that I'm just not a big fan of a lot of this stuff. I just don't use it. I use it for a little bit, then I stop. And then I use it, and then I stop. And it's like a back and forth thing, and I'm like, yeah, it's pretty what I put it on, and it's pretty what I use it, and it stays on in a great one-look eyeshadow, but I don't constantly use it. So again, my goal is to actually get rid of a lot of my single eyeshadows and my liquid eyeshadows. So yeah. Okay, so face palettes. Again, another thing I don't hardly ever use. I have a drawer full of them. But they seem exciting, they seem fun, they seem easy, one look, one face look. You have everything you need in it. But again, I don't use it. I literally don't hardly use it. So I had 8 in January, 14 in June, and now I have 22. Again, I had to cut this down. Another thing I had to cut down, because I don't use it. What's the point of it when I don't use it? Again, if you guys do, that's great for you. That's your makeup preference, but this is my makeup preference, and this is what I prefer. And this is what I've learned, again, throughout the years and throughout last year, is that I just prefer some stuff, and some stuff I just don't prefer and don't use. Okay, oh, forgot to say sprays. Did I do setting spray? Yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, next we have now all the powder. So we have the powder blushes, the powder bronzer, and the powder highlight. For the powder blush, I didn't necessarily write down how much I had, which is kind of weird. And I didn't do that for the blush, the bronzer, highlight, the other stuff. So just take it as it is and take it what I say for June update. So this is what I had in June. I don't know how much I had at the beginning of last year. So for powder blush, I had 29 in June, and for January, I have now, for this year, 32. So again, I'd rather have powder than liquid. And half the stuff is beautiful. Again, some of it is like same tone of my liquid ones. So my goal for this, for blushes, actually I want to kind of cut this down too, because having 32 now is a little too much also. So I do kind of want to cut down in half. Bronzer for June was 15, now it's 19. Okay, that's not bad. I don't have that much bronzer. Again, the tones may be off. it may be too cool, too warm. I always do neutral when I come to my bronzers when I put it on, because I'm a neutral type person, and I feel like that if I do too cool or too warm, then it makes me look very sunburned, in my opinion, and all that. So I'm good on my bronzers. It's fine. I don't mind having 19, and I don't mind, you know, and all that. So I'm good on my bronzer when it came to liquid and the powder. So yeah. Okay, so the powder highlight for June, I had 19 and now I have 33. Again, I kind of cut them down because they're somewhat the same. And the brands I really do like and enjoy, that I prefer over other brands. So, yeah. I definitely have to cut that down to where I don't have like the same type of tone in each one. So, yeah, because I like the ones that, I like somewhat subtle ones, but then once in a while I do like the ones that like beam out of space, look at me type one, and see how beautiful glowing my face is type look. So I kind of want a mixture between both the subtle and the non-subtle ones, but I don't want to have so many to where they look alike and everything. So yeah, definitely have to cut that down. Okay, next for lip balms. So I did include these lip balms and lip mask in this thing. So for lip balms, again, don't know what I had beginning of January last year, but in June, I had 21 and now I have 20. Now I use lip balms every night and all the time, especially when I feel like my lips are really dry during winter. I have one next to my bed, nightstand, I have one in my purse, I have one in my drawers, and every time I put on makeup, or any time I put on a lip product, I either put on a lip balm or a lip mask. So I use them quite a bit. So they do get used, and I'm fine having that many lip balms because frankly, I want as much lip balms as I am to keep me from not feeling chapped lips. So lip mask. Again, don't know how much I had in January, but in June I have 6 and I went up to 12 because I actually got 2 last year. I got one in my Ipsy and one, actually I got 2 in Ipsy and one in my Ipsy glam bag. So yeah, I think I did pretty good for the most part. I know I had to cut down a lot of things like foundations, the cream products, the lip products. Majorly, I want to get some stuff out like lip liners, eyeliners, liquid lipsticks. I want to cut that out. I want to cut out the face palettes and just cut out a lot of cream stuff and just focus on powder and everything. But that is the end of my inventory for this year. So yeah, this is everything that I started from last year all the way to the beginning of this year. So hope you guys enjoy. I will be doing again a mid update in June of this year, and then I definitely will do a final update for December. That's my plan to do, since I didn't do it last year for 2021. So yeah, but again, my goal is to cut down a lot of my makeup and just to get rid of some makeup that I'm really not a big fan of, like I said, for like the eyeliner, lip liner, some of the cream products, face palettes, single shadows, liquid shadows, things like that that I used to enjoy, but I don't really enjoy. And I know, I mean, I'm not saying I want to get rid of everything and all of it, but there's some major things I definitely want to get rid of, like the liquid lipsticks. If they're matte, I don't want it. The single eyeshadow, I may want to have like 1 or 2 at the most, and the cream one, maybe 1 or 2. So, you know, I just want to cut down the stuff that I'm really not a big fan of and I really don't use. So, but that is everything. I hope you guys enjoy seeing me talk about my inventory and how everything turned out and my ups and downs and goals and what I want to accomplish this year when it comes to my makeup collection and everything. So yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely night wherever you guys are. Till then, my name is Christina, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys know when I upload every weekend and Wednesday. And don't forget to hit the like button and give a thumbs up and everything. And I'll see you guys later. Till then, have a lovely night wherever you guys are. Bye.
Made a love potion for you. Little sweet.